Hi everyone, my name's Lawrie-Ashton and I am putting myself out on a bit of a limb today and for the next 365 days. I've had this thought and this little bit of a mission for quite a few years, and there's always been something in the way. Whether it was, I had a bad night and I needed a bit of makeup, or I couldn't find anywhere to sit, or I needed to do something else, or answer the phone, or whatever. There's always been a reason. Usually a technology one saying I couldn't do it, my little chitter chatter in my head. So obviously New Year starts different processes, different thoughts. So I thought, you know what? If I've got a lead from the front, then I've bloody well got to do it. So this is what I'm doing right now. So I've had a thought over the last X amount of years that I would like to support ladies. I'd like to support ladies by inspiring them, not just by me, but by other people, by other ladies inspiring other ladies. So if you're going through a change, or you've gone from one place in your life to another place in your life, or to stand up and be counted, have a voice, this is where I wanted to be able to start something. And there probably is something out there, from the WI to other organisations guiding, etc., etc. However, it's not about what there is out there, it's about what's in here and what I wanted to do. So apart from everything else getting in the way, I've done this right now. So I am sat in my spare room, and it's a bit chilly because the door's been shut and the dogs are downstairs playing, and I could have made another excuse to go, I'll put the kettle on. But this is what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I haven't got the name for it that's full. I haven't got a clear step-by-step process. I am just putting it out there to you lovely people. I think the name's around 21st century women. I have been listening quite a lot to ladies over the last 10 or so years since I've been coaching. And the stories that are there are so inspiring, but there are other stories out there where people wish that they could do. And yes, they can do, but they're not in the best place to do that at this moment, so they think. So, I scarily, and I have been working as a coach for quite a few years, but we still have, all of us, because we're all human, have steps that we wish to take as an individual. So yes, 21st century women is a mission. Is it a movement? Is it a club? Is it a collection? Is it an inspirational group? I don't know. But there is something there that's needed to help. There's need, whether it's online now, or whether it's actually more that it's online and we collectively collect together in a place once a year, but stand there and be counted as women. I have heard the other day that this year, 2018, is 100 years since women got the vote. Not being political, but 100 years ago. And that seems, we still hear about the challenges that women did to stand up and be counted. And I'm not a feminist, or am I a feminist? I don't know. We all need each other, men, women, children, to get on in the world. But I thought that would be a good nod in the right direction for those women who stood up for us women now. And I've been working with a gentleman called Mr. Dillon. One day I'll get his surname and I'll put it up because I can't pronounce it. But as my coach, basically kick my butt and get on with this, because this is something that's been in my head for a while. So what I'm going to be doing is sharing with you thoughts where I've read a blog or a book, or I've had sort of input from someone. I'm hoping that there are amazing women out there who I can interview to inspire others. Tell us your story, where you're from, where you've got to, whether it's a personal story, a business achievement story, something that you think that will inspire others, or just to share your story for yourself, and that is perfectly okay. So one of the things I'd like to share with you today, because I have my little book, and this is something I was listening to yesterday from Dylan, which is my coach, and he was saying about compounding. So I'd like to share with you something that sort of little light bulb moment, and it may help you in the next few days, may not, may help you in the next year or so. However, I'd just like to share. So the word compounding to me means money, and how we compound our interest of our interest. So if we put £1 in the bank, we hopefully one day would get a bit of interest on it, and we leave it there, and then the next time interest is popped on that pound and a bit, then you get interest on your interest. However, it's not all about money, it's about everything. So a year ago, just over a year ago, end of November, I went on a little bit of a mission, and that was to lose weight. Something that I personally have challenged myself with, and at that time, yes, really hard work, and now it's still really hard work. But this isn't a me story, but if you let me put that in context for you. So right at the beginning of the journey, I had a little bit of a mission to hit a goal, hit a certain weight. I started slowly. It was the end of November, so by the end of Christmas I'd put on quite impressively. So this time last year, kicked my own bum, and we did start working on this weight issue, which I seem to have had. So back to the compounding, one day after one day, on top of each day of thoughtful eating, making good choices, healthy eating, and eventually that compounded up into weight loss, because we're doing one thing after another that will make a difference to our weight. What we put in our mouth and the decisions that we make a difference. So that's what I'm talking about, that compound. I could have gone one day, not one day, one day, not one day. But eventually, after a year and a little bit, I have dropped 34 pound in weight. This is a huge revelation for me, because I have had a blockage in my thoughts that I would always be a certain weight. But that's that compounding. It's not just on weight, it's on everything. So I've had a little thought today about how else that would link into anybody's personal life. And even if it is down to always picking up, clothes and put them in the washing bin. Always washing up after dinner. Always doing one action after another, which will compound into a positive action. So I've got my little book, and I've written down, and you might want to do this, it's up to you, my darlings, but what I've written down are things that I would like to change in this year, in this next 365 days. And that might be in relation to where I will be next year, or actually it's just a little bit of a test, a little bit of an interesting fact. So I have a few things here that I would like to do, from sticking to my 15 minutes in my diary so I know what action I'll be doing, being organised. I'm using my telephone regularly, and that's my diary. Being able to trace and more clarity around income and finances this year coming up. So I have a few things that I've personally put in my diary, and is there anything that you would like to change in this coming 365 days? It's not about the year. Turning 2017 to 2018, it's about change. It's about where you want to be in the next 365 days. So if you'd like to play, I don't know how you do it, I don't know how you subscribe or whatever, I'm going to pop this video up on my YouTube channel, which I have got, and I'm going to share it onto my business page, and then probably share it out into the I Can Achieve community and the I Can Achieve Academy, both things that I run to support change in the business world, but also on a personal level. So if you'd like to join in, if you'd like to play, my mission is to do 365 videos, up to 15 minutes at a time. Things that I've watched, things that I've listened to, things that I am doing, and as I say, hopefully interviewing inspirational women or women full stop. If you have a story to tell, if you want to get involved, please do so, and we'll see how it evolves. So, love to you all. Have a fantastic evening. We'll see where the video pops up next time. I might be in a different part of the house. One day, hopefully in the summer, we'll be able to do it outside. And just join in and play, and we'll see you tomorrow. So that's 365 days, 364 to go, and see where we are on the 1st of January 2019. So have a fab evening. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see what happens in the next 365. So take care, guys. Love to you all. Speak to you soon.